The best cameras in 2024. If you're looking for the best cameras you can buy right now but without spending a fortune, then you're in the right place. Before you choose, though, you'll need to decide what type of camera you want, because they come in all shapes, sizes, and form factors, and with prices ranging from less than $100 to more than $10,000. We've focused on the slightly lower end of the scale in our guide, so there's nothing here that will set you back more than about $2,500. But even up to that limit, you can pick from full-frame mirrorless options that let you swap lenses, DSLRs that do the same but with a few key differences, point-and-shoot models that fit in a pocket, instant cameras that give you a retro shooting experience, and action cameras that will shoot fantastic video. It's worth remembering too that at $2,500 is often perfectly capable of even professional photography work. So even if you've got some experience under your belt, this list will have something for you. We've personally tested every model on this list, evaluating them for picture and video quality, handling, features, and value to come up with our recommendations. So whether you're looking for one of the best action cameras, best DSLRs, best mirrorless cameras, or best cameras for vlogging, you'll find a great choice here. Cameras editor. Pete heads up the cameras coverage here at Tom's Guide. He bought his first camera, a Fujifilm, back in 2015 and remains a passionate photographer to this day, both at work and in his spare time. He's also big into action cameras, using them to document his exploits on a motorcycle. Pete loves geeking out about cameras and comparing specs to help you find the right product for you. The quick list. Best camera for beginners. The best camera for beginners, the Canon EOS R50, is pricier than the entry-level EOS R100, but offers a lot more. It's great for beginners and vloggers and will give them plenty of room to grow. Best for stills enthusiasts. The best camera for enthusiasts, the Fujifilm X-T5, is an outstanding APS-C enthusiast tier camera. With a 40.2 megapixel sensor, fast AF system, and IBIS, it's built primarily for photographers, but packs 6K video for hybrid shooters too. Best advanced mirrorless. The best camera for advanced users, the R6 Mark II, is as good a camera as you can buy within our price limit, offering fantastic AF, video, and stills, albeit at a hefty price. Best for content creators. The best camera for content creators for most people, from beginners through to experienced enthusiasts and content creators, the XS20 packs more than enough video firepower and produces lovely stills. Best for video. The best camera for video, the Lumix S5iX, is the best camera for enthusiast and advanced video shooters, packing enough firepower, specs, and resolutions to satisfy even professional videographers. Best action camera. The best action camera, the GoPro Hero 12 Black, is the best action camera around, offering 5.7K video at 60p, 33 feet waterproofing, and image stabilization. The best cameras you can buy today. We've split this list into a few different sections. Most manufacturers have ceased making DSLR cameras now, with the exception of Pentax. So our best ILC cameras list is essentially all mirrorless. We've broken that down into a few groups: beginners, enthusiasts, content creators, advanced, and video. We've then covered DSLRs separately, followed by compact cameras, action cameras, and instant cameras. The best camera for beginners. If you're just starting out on your photographic adventures, these are the cameras to choose. Just because something is a beginner's camera, that doesn't mean it's bad or will take poor images. Usually quite the opposite. Rather, these cameras prioritize price at the sacrifice of features that established photographers tend to want or need. They'll usually not pack very powerful video features either. the best street photography camera for beginners. Fujifilm makes a range of cheaper cameras, but we'd recommend the X-E4 as the best camera for beginners wanting to enter the Fuji lineup. The X-E4 is a beautiful camera to look at, with its retro aesthetic and trademark Fuji dials. Its compact design and rangefinder layout make the X-E4 a great camera for street photography. Even if you're more experienced, it's still a fantastic street camera, especially when you bear in mind Fuji's lineup of compact APS-C lenses. There are also Fuji's legendary film simulation color profiles, many of which lend themselves to street photography. Images produced by the 26-megapixel sensor are beautiful, and the classic dials result in a more traditional experience when shooting. There are very few controls on the body of the X-E4, which can make for a challenging experience, but this all adds to the fun. There's no IBIS, although that is expected in this price range, and the battery life isn't great, as the X-E4 still uses Fuji's older nitrogen monophosphide W126S battery, so you'll want to buy a spare battery. Thankfully, third-party ones are cheap. There are cheaper Fuji cameras out there, but we think the X-E4 is the best balance of cost and features. An affordable and competent mirrorless camera? Poor battery life. The Nikon Z50 isn't a full-frame mirrorless camera like the Z6 and Z7 models, but it's available at a much cheaper price of around $850, body only, and comes in a much smaller package, making it a great choice for Nikon fans who don't want to spend upwards of $1,000. It offers a solid feature set including a 3.2-inch touchscreen that flips down by 180 degrees and a sharp 3-inch electronic viewfinder, and its 20.9-megapixel stills are detailed and colorful. It's a fine performer in low light, too, handling noise well up to ISO 6400. The lack of in-body image stabilization counts against it, as does a low SIPA battery rating of only 300 shots. But otherwise it's an impressive option that'll give you space to grow as a photographer. The best camera for enthusiasts. So, you're taking your photography a little more seriously now? Perhaps you're upgrading from a beginner camera or older camera. The enthusiast, intermediate market section is wide, so prices can vary. In general, they won't cost you as much as fully fledged professional cameras, but have the specs to be used professionally if you needed to. They're a long-term camera that'll last you a long